This movie tells a story of a family who becomes convinced that they are not alone after moving into their new home in the suburbs. Directed by Steven Soderbergh, this movie promised an innovative take on the haunted house genre with its unique first-person perspective from a ghostly entity. However, the film falls flat on several fronts, leaving audiences underwhelmed and questioning its critical acclaim. From the outset, this movie sets up an intriguing premise. However, this setup does not translate into a compelling story. The narrative is disappointingly predictable, with a lack of depth in character development or a coherent plot that builds tension or horror. The film seems more interested in showcasing Soderbergh's technical prowess than in delivering a gripping ghost story or exploring human dynamics in a meaningful way. The execution of the ghost's perspective, while initially novel, quickly becomes a one-note gimmick. The POV shots, while technically impressive, fail to evoke the fear or suspense expected from a horror film. Instead, they often feel like a repetitive trick that does little to advance the story or engage the viewer emotionally. The unoriginality of the plot only serves to highlight this limitation, making the film's second half feel particularly strained, as it tries to ramp up tension without the necessary groundwork. The performances in this movie are uneven, with the cast struggling to bring life to characters who are thinly written. Lucy Liu, an actress of considerable talent, is given little to work with, and her character's arc feels contrived and unconvincing. Chris Sullivan, despite his potential, is saddled with a role that lacks depth. The family's dynamics are portrayed in broad strokes, reducing complex human relationships to mere plot conveniences. Moreover, the film's score is overly dramatic, often overwhelming scenes where subtlety could have built suspense more effectively. This melodramatic aspect of the soundtrack does the film no favors, as it seems to compensate for the lack of genuine horror or emotional depth in the narrative. This movie also suffers from pacing issues, as it rushes through what could have been pivotal moments, especially in the final act, where it attempts to tie up its loose ends. The payoff is underwhelming, with twists that feel unearned, and a conclusion that fails to resonate. Overall, this is a film that relies more on its director's reputation than on delivering a satisfying cinematic experience. It's a missed opportunity to explore the haunting potential of a family's interaction with the supernatural in a new light. Instead, it leaves viewers with a sense of frustration over what could have been a memorable horror film, but ends up being just another forgettable entry in a genre that demands innovation and emotional engagement. It's not worth to watch this in theaters, just wait on your streaming service.